and now the marketing mix, design the market offer. This is the way we implement or execute on the value proposition that we're offering to a particular segment.
这个第4点，我们说它就落到具体的层面上了，就是如何实现你的战略目标。换句话说，你如何让你的顾客来购买你的产品。
The point here is that those 4 different elements of product, price, promotion, and distribution have to be in synchrony. They have to be appropriately integrated.
那这里面有一个非常重要的点哈，请大家记住，就是刚才咱们说的这4个 P 啊。这4个 P 必须是整体上能够融合到一起的，是一个完全一致的方案。
Now, this is a product or a company called Steuben, S-T-E-U-B-E-N, glassware. They make high-quality glass figurines. There you see, this is an apple for the teacher.
这家公司叫做 Steubenware Glassware， 是做水晶制品的。那这家公司的一个特点就是它做非常精美的水晶器皿和水晶摆件，它们的价格都非常高。你可以看到这里有一个水晶的苹果、水晶的龙虾，还有一个水晶的容器。
And they're very one of the big markets is what we could call the gift market.
这个产品呢，它主要的市场是侧重于是礼品市场。
And as you know, that's often a difficult social issue of if you're going to give a gift to somebody, what gift do you give them?
比如说，在这个市场里面，你可以考虑的就是，如果人们去买这个产品，通常都不是自己用，是送给别人的。
Because the gift you give says something about who you are, says something about who the person you're giving the gift to is.
而这个礼品，通常呢，你是希望买这个礼品去彰显你的品味。甚至彰显你的这种地位，因为这本身是一个非常昂贵的奢侈品。
And what this company has going for it is the products it makes, they're fine as gifts. You can't go wrong with giving one of these glass figurines.
所以这家公司的营销口号是什么？这家公司的营销口号就是：你只要买我的产品去送人，肯定不会出错。
Okay, so the product is very high quality glassware.
这个产品本身呢，它也有一个非常好的口碑，就是没有任何瑕疵。
You know, in many businesses, there's a market for what we call seconds.
我们把它叫做这个很多的在生意模式里面，我们把它叫做就是有瑕疵的、有残次的产品。
In other words, some products have slight defects in them, so we don't throw them away, but we sell them in some different market.
包括一些大牌，你就会发现，对于一些断码的产品，对于一些有瑕疵的产品，他们其实还是会去做销售的通过一个低价的打折的方式把它们卖掉。
If there's a defect in one of these products, they just throw it away and break it.
Steuben Glass 这个公司有一个特点，就是它的产品有任何的瑕疵，任何小小的不满意的地方，他们会把它直接打碎掉。
Okay, it's promoted in these what we call shelter or high quality magazines.
那你可以看到它的促销模式是什么？通过杂志，通过这些高端的奢侈品杂志去做产品展示。
It's sold in these very upscale department stores. I think that's probably Fifth Avenue, New York.
Bloomingdale's, yeah. 这个它的销售渠道是什么？高端百货商店，请记住，不是一般的百货商店啊，是买奢侈品的这种高端店。那么这个就是一个例子，是美国的这个 Bloomingdale 百货。
And behind the counter in the store is a well-dressed, articulate salesperson.
如果你去他的商店买东西，通常你会看到的，他的销售人员都是这个样子的。
And the point about this is that they're all integrated, and of course the price is high.
而且它的定价是什么？定价是非常高的。
So the point is that there's an integration between all these different elements of the marketing mix. They all hang together. They make sense together.
所以我想说的是什么？我们刚才说这4个 P， 我们讲到了这4个 P 的这个实际的应用，这4个 P 必须是完整整合到一起的。
So this is an example of a product which is at the high end, a high price, high quality, etc.
那这其实我们是举一个例子，是说明这种高端商品他们的营销方案应该如何去做。
But you can have a product or service at the other end where the price is low.
但同时呢，你也可以看到有一些低端的产品。
Does anybody know what is the major European airline?
大家知道一家比如说欧洲的主要的航空公司能叫出名字来吗？欧洲航空公司 Lufthansa
Well, no, it's not Lufthansa. That's not a bad guess. No.
他说的是这种低价航空、廉价航空。Southwest.
Who?
They say Southwest.
No, Southwest is United States.
那是美国的啊，西北是是吧？西南航空是美国的。
Virgin, no, it's not
Airlines
Virgin.
啊
It's not，
维京
Virgin.
航空，维京航
It's
空。
not British Airways.
它也不是他说的这个例子其实不是维京航空，也不是英国航空。Ryanair
Ryanair. Who said Ryanair? Okay, give
Ryanair.
that man an A.
给他打个 A 啊，打个5分儿。你知道瑞安航空哈？对，
Okay,
这是个
it's
小众航空公司。
Ryanair is based in Dublin, in Ireland.
这是一家爱尔兰的航空公司。
Okay, if you fly, say, from London to Paris, you don't actually start in London, you start at an airport 60 miles from London, and you don't actually go to Paris, you go to an airport 60 miles from Paris.
瑞安航空呢是一家小众航空公司，那么它有一个特点，就是比如说你要从伦敦飞到爱尔兰啊都柏林去，那你首先从伦敦启程的时候，你是从一个距离伦敦60英里的这么远的一个地方去启程的。等你到巴黎，那么到巴黎之后呢，你通常也会降落在一个离巴黎很远的机场。
If you did a customer survey of satisfaction with a flight, where 1 is terrible and 10 is absolutely terrific, Ryanair probably gets a 3.
如果你给他的用户做这个叫用户的评价调查表的话，如果是1是非常不满意和10是非常满意，通常瑞安航空能够打到3分。
This is a company that has contemplated, it didn't implement it, contemplated having standing room on its airplanes.
Standing room.
Standing room.
这家公司甚至做出一个决定，让乘客在飞机上站着。
And also contemplated charging for using the toilets on the airplanes.
甚至他们想到了在飞机上上厕所是要花钱的。
So they are very cost conscious.
所以可以说这是一家非常成本敏感的公司。
So the service is not very good. You don't actually go directly to the city you want to. You go 50 miles away, but the price is very low.
那你想一下，这个首先服务肯定你不是特别周到的。然后呢，你从一个机场到另外一个机场，你路上花的时间60英里，你想想也要花很多的时间，所以这个不是特别方便。但是有一点，它的价格超级低。
So the points are that then there are variations by market segment. Clearly, if market segments are defined by customers wanting different things or different orders of priority, then you have a different marketing mix for each segment.
我们用这一点来说明，就是什么叫做需求的差异化。因为坐瑞安航空的乘客，他通常不需要那么好的服务，他也不需要太多的便利，但他需要的是一个低价的机票。
Clearly, therefore, there are implications for other parts of the organization of what the different functions in the organization have to do.
那我们想一下，这样的一个目标对于公司的其他部门来说，其他功能来说，有怎样的影响呢？
Okay. Imperative 5, secure support from other functions.
好，也就是说意味着你要这样做，比如说瑞安航空要这样做，必须跟其他的部门是和谐、是一致的工作的，对吧？
At some level, marketing doesn't do anything.
我可以这样讲，就是在某种意义上说，营销其实什么事情都不需要做。
It's out there in the environment figuring stuff out, but what actually gets done is done within the organization.
因为营销只是需要获取知识、获取信息，要知道市场上在发生什么事，顾客需要什么，然后真正去做、去实现，其实是其他职能部门的工作。
So marketing has got to make sure that what it ends up promising can actually be delivered by the organization.
那营销部门呢，负责一件什么事情呢？就是一定要负责使其他部门能够忠实的、非常准确的执行营销目标。
And there are 3 types of support. The first support, which is the toughest, is support for design.
第一点就是必须要让他们能够提供支持，这种支持能够为你的设计提供更多的便利。
Let's suppose that marketing talks to customers. It does a segmentation and all of that, and its customers say, what we really want is A, B, and C.
假设我们一个营销人员到市场上去跟顾客去说话、去聊天，然后知道顾客需要的东西是 A、B、C 3件东西。
And let's suppose marketing is talking maybe to the production, the operations. Operations say, well, we can do A and we can do B, but we can't do C, but you can have D.
假设这个时候营销人员回来了，然后他去跟这个生产部门的人沟通，说你能不能做到 A、B、C？ 那生产部门的人说，我能做到 A， 做到 B， 但我做不到 C， 我可以给你 D， 这可以吗？
So what does marketing do? What marketing does is to say, and it has to say, that is not good enough. Customers say we want A, B, C. We have to do A, B, C. You have got to figure out a way to do it.
那这个时候，作为营销人员，一定要有勇气来告诉他 ，A、B、C 是你必须做到的。如果你不能做到这一点，你要调动一切的资源，能够实现对顾客的承诺。
And as you know, in organizations, there are always people who say, well, I really can't do that. We can't do that.
你们做过企业管理者都知道，经常在企业里面会有不同的人对你讲，这一点我们做不了啊，那一点实现不了，就是这样的事情。
But if customers want something and it's really within the scope broadly of the company being able to do it, marketing has to be very strong in articulating the customer's perspective.
但是如果你知道这是顾客想要的东西，那么营销人员一定要足够强势，足够强势到告诉其他的部门，你必须给我兑现给顾客的承诺 A、B、C 这3点。
Second is support for implementation, making sure everything arrives at the same time.
第二点是说，必须要确保各个组织部门之间他们的配合是一致的。
So, for example, if the product is going to be launched in July, we may also want the advertising in June. We don't want it in October.
换句话说，比如一个产品它要7月份的时候要上市，那这个时候你要做广告，你是希望在6月份的时候做广告，对吧？你不希望说这个广告资源9月份的时候才实现。
One of the things we see in New York, just a very, very simple example, in New York, as you probably know, there are a lot of people who speak Spanish, and there are a lot of Spanish language television networks.
举一个例子啊，在纽约有很多的西班牙语说西班牙语的人，那么这些人呢，他们看电视是要看西班牙语的电视的。
And one of the things my wife and I do, and Professor Kuhn is going to be here later on today, is of an evening we watch Spanish language television. We're sort of trying to learn Spanish.
那我跟我的夫人 Diana Kuhn， 她也是哥大的一位教授，她今天下午会来到我们的这个活动现场。那么我们每天晚上有一个习惯，就是要看一会儿西班牙语的电视台。为什么呢？因为我们要学西班牙语。
And we watch our show, and of course there are a lot of Spanish language advertisements, and once in a while there's an English language advertisement.
那我们看着的时候，突然有的时候会出现一条英文的广告。
So where did this English language advertisement come from? It made absolutely no sense at all. Somebody in the advertising department screwed up.
所以你想一下，这个从哪里来的，对吧？一个西班牙语的电视台针对西班牙语的人群，最后突然放了一个英文的广告，其实这就属于一个操作上的失误。
And the organization levers to make this happen, to make sure that everything happens when it should happen, are really twofold. One is cultural.
那么，
Go on, sorry.
怎么做到这一点？很多人都说你说的这个目标很好，但我怎么实现呢？我们要强调一点，就是企业文化的重要性。
If the CEO makes it very clear that serving customers is critical to the future of the organization and develops a culture of customer focus like Jeff Bezos has at Amazon, then that's one way to do it.
如果一家公司从上到下，从 CEO 的角度来说，就不断的强调你一定要去持续的为客户实现价值的话，那么这家公司是可以做到这一点的。做到这一点的方式，就是在全公司建立一种以顾客为中心的文化。 那么我们知道一个最著名的例子就是亚马逊的杰夫·贝佐斯。
And the second thing is to have a measurement and control system where we measure what people do them and then pay them for doing the right things.
第二点就是什么叫做文化？文化是要有奖惩制度的，也就是配合这样的一种核心价值观，必须设计一个与它一致的奖惩制度，给你的员工充分的激励。
And we measure and reward people for working together because one of the problems we get into in organizations is these silos and different functions doing their own thing, and we've got to bring that together.
我们一定要去奖励那些积极配合其他部门去行动的那些部门，因为我们都知道，企业一旦做大了之后，就会形成一道一道的部门墙啊，部门墙之间是不说话的，是不配合的，那么会给企业带来非常严重的问题。
Okay, let me just spend a minute on imperative 6, and then we'll take our mid-morning break.
Yeah. 所以我们再讲下面第6点，然后我们可以做一个这个中场的一个调整。
Imperative 6 is monitor and control.
我们要讲的第6点也很重要，企业内部一定要实施一个过程的监控。
What we're going to be doing is investing in some number of market segments.
我们要做的是要实施一个对于整个营销过程的实时监控和管理。
We're putting out resources.
因为我们首先要付出一些资源。
We've got to make sure that we're getting the returns that we anticipate.
无论是花钱还是去付出某个资源，我们要做到的一点就是能够把这些回报实实在在的兑现出来。
So there are a number of issues here. Are the functional areas doing what they're supposed to do?
第一个问题，所有的职能部门是不是都在做他们的本职工作？
Oh, I'm sorry, no. Yeah, let me come back. Are we achieving the first one? Are we achieving the market and financial results that we expect?
在这一点之前，我们还要强调的就是是否真的按照我们的绩效目标去往下走了。
So let's consider we've got a situation here where this is the start of the year and this is the end of the year.
我们看一下这个图表哈。这个是每年的开头，这是到年底结束的时候。
Let's suppose this line, this solid line, represents our plan, what we expect to happen.
那我们看一下这个实线，这一条实线呢，其实就是我们的计划，我们希望能够实现的目标。
Let's suppose this dotted line represents what our actual results.
而这个虚线呢，表示的就是企业实际做到的成绩。
As you can see, the actual results are below our plan, below our expectations.
那你可以看到，在这个企业里面出现什么问题，就是不达标吧。
What we don't want to happen is wait till the end of the year and figure out we had a problem.
但是我们会发现，其实越到这个曲线的结尾啊，这条线的结尾到结束的时候，这个差别就越大。
We want to figure it out early. So here we've got the start here is the same, right? This is our plan. This is our actual. But we figure out here early on we've got a problem, and then we do something to try and get it back on track.
我们刚才说的实时监控的意义就在于什么呢？把这张右边这张图变成左边这张图，也就是当你发现企业它已经没有办法达标的时候，你要采取一系列的措施去干预、去管理，最后导致这个企业的业绩能够向上走，出现后面这样的一个部分，其实是达标甚至超出预期的。
We call this steering control.
我们把它这叫做这个在方向盘驾驶的时候的这样的一种控制。
Like if you're driving a car down a country road and there are some bumps or there's some holes in the road, we steer around them.
也就是说，打个比方，如果你开车上这个路上有一些坑、有一些石头的话，那你可以通过这样一种方式去绕开这些障碍。
Okay, second one, are the functions doing what they're supposed to do?
第二点就是所有的职能部门真的是不是把他们本职工作做好了？
Remember we just talked about that issue in Imperative 5, getting all the functions to work together. Well, they may agree to work together, but then do they actually go through and actually do what they said they would do?
这里面有2个问题。第一，制定计划的时候，这些部门都有承诺，对吧？但问题就在于他是不是能够实实在在的把他承诺的事情都做到了。
And then finally, the objectives we set, remember we set those objectives, strategic and operational, and the strategy, are they still valid for the environment that we're now facing?
还有一点，大家一定要注意的就是，当你设计的战略目标，你会发现这个企业在年初的时候是制定的战略目标，在年底的时候，往往这个战略目标本身就已经有问题了。
For example, there are a number of maybe some of your companies have some investments and/or export to the United States.
举一个例子来讲，就是有一家公司啊，这家公司在做对这个美国的出口业务。
You may have heard that about a year and a half ago, the United States got a new president.
那你都知道，1年半以前，美国有一位新总统。
Nobody quite knows what he's going to do.
这个新总统有一个特点，就是不按牌理出牌。
And certainly has made noises with respect to trade.
而且他其实是一个商人出身的背景，其实他对于这个贸易政策是有很多的意见的。
Now we don't know quite what he's going to do, but if he in fact goes through on some of his proposals or his quote threats, what does that mean for you? Are the objectives that you said a year ago and the strategy you set a year ago, are they going to be still valid in what may be a new environment?
那对于你来讲，对于企业来讲的影响是什么？我们并不知道这个特朗普总统他要做什么样的这种改革，但是呢，我们要知道的就是这个一旦他一些改革措施得到通过之后，他对你的企业、对你的战略可能会带来什么样的影响。
Okay, so there are our imperatives. Let's just run through them again.
刚才我们讲了这6点啊，我们再回顾一下。
And if any of you are in the business of looking for a job, looking for a marketing job, and the interviewer says, well, what is this marketing stuff? What sort of things are you likely to do? Are you going to bring to our company if we were to hire you? What is marketing? This is the answer to that question.
如果你们当中有人正在找工作，找一份关于营销方面的工作的话，你的老板面试的时候问你，你能够给我们的公司带来什么样的价值，就把这张图给他。
Let's just go through. 1. Determine and recommend which markets to address.
第一点是要确定你要进入的是哪一个市场。
Figure out where you're going to play.
知道你要在哪个球场里面打球。
Identify market segments and then figure out which ones you're going to target.
第二点，细分，怎么样知道你的细分用户市场在哪里？
Set strategic direction and positioning.
第三点呢，我们把它叫做制定战略方向以及你的产品定位。
Remember, this is the objectives, strategic and operational objectives.
要记住，这个其实是一个战略层面的目标。
It's the positioning statement.
还有你的这个定位。
Which customers, which competitors, the value proposition, and the reason to believe.
里面包括你有哪些是你的顾客，你的竞争对手是谁，你希望向顾客提供什么样的承诺，以及顾客为什么要相信你。
Different strategies at different phases of the product life cycle and issues of branding.
你要考虑到你在市场的哪一个周期范围之内，在不同的周期范围之内采取不同的市场策略。
Imperative 4, design the market offer. That's the marketing mix, product, price, promotion, and distribution.
第4点就是设计你的营销方案，这是最核心的工作，也就是我们刚才说的营销设计组合4P。
Notice all of these 4, the top 4, are all external, where you're looking outward at the environment.
要知道，前面我们讲的这4点，这4点都是外向型的，就是你面对市场、面对竞争对手需要做的事。
And that's the way we tend to think about marketing as this sort of external focus.
这个是符合我们对于营销的普遍理解。我们很多人都认为营销只是一个外向型的工作。
But this one, secure the support from other functions in the organization. And the 6th one, monitor and control, figuring out how we're doing, have much more of an internal focus.
但是我们要知道，下面这2点经常被忽略，但也是营销人员最重要的职能，就是第一，获取获取企业其他职能部门的支持；第2点就是实行就非常确定的这种过程监控。
Okay, so those are the 6 marketing imperatives. We're going to take a break now. When we come back, we'll talk very quickly about some marketing principles, about marketing as a philosophy, and then we'll move into execution in the form of strategic account management.
那么我们今天刚刚这一部分讲到的6大营销要务哈，待会儿接下来我们会讲更加具体的如何去做到这一点，以及怎么去做关键客户管理。
Okay, before we get started with the second part of the morning, are there anyone have a burning question about the 6 marketing imperatives?
在我们开始今天上午的下半场的分享之前，我想问一下在座各位有没有你特别想要问的问题？ I saw a hand there. Yeah. 可以先介绍一下自己哦。我们需要有一个人跑麦。
刚才您在讲到第一个 imperative 的时候，讲到了这个宝洁的案例。其实这个问题是关于宝洁的。其实宝洁呢，最近在中国市场遭遇了很多这个市场的占有率的下滑。这个是我想问一下，就是您觉得这个是不是跟他们只关注于那些重点的产品有关？跟他们的市场策略是不是有关系？
The question here is that you mentioned Procter Gamble, P&G, in your earlier speech, and they have experienced a decline of their market share in China more recently. And do you think that is also related to their strategy to focus on just a few key brands, a few key $1 billion?
Well, I don't know that much about P&G in Procter & Gamble in China, but I suspect that if that's true, there's some decline going on. There are probably multiple factors.
首先呢，就是我并不认为它在中国的业绩下滑，只是因为它把精力集中在几个关键的品牌上面。我相信这是一个综合因素作用的结果。
Let me ask a question. Are the losses, the market share losses to other Western companies, or are they to Chinese companies?
我们就这样来问一下吧，就是你认为它的市场份额的下滑是由于它输给了其他的外国公司，还是输给了中国的公司 ？Mostly Chinese.
Mostly Chinese. Okay. My guess would be that the Chinese are good learners.
我的猜测是中国公司是非常擅长学习的。
I can't imagine.
Okay.
I mean, this particular event and the MIC organization to have, I guess, something like 250 or 300 people here on a Saturday morning is really quite remarkable.
我要说到的就是关于营创，我们现在在这里有250到300的这个企业家学员在现场，在一个星期六的早上这样学习，这是一个很特别的现象。
I think it's probably true that Procter & Gamble from the United States and Unilever from Europe are probably the leading consumer product companies in the world.
像宝洁、像联合利华这些大公司，有可能它是全球来讲，在这日用消费品领域最领先的公司了。
And I've no doubt that both of them have learned a lot about China and probably do a good job in China.
我们都知道，宝洁公司，特别是这家公司，对于中国市场的调研，对于中国市场的洞察是非常深刻的，他们很了解中国的消费者。
But I also suspect that many Chinese companies, consumer products companies, have learned from P&G and have learned from Unilever, but furthermore know more about China and the Chinese than P&G and Unilever.
我们也毫无疑问是看到了很多中国的企业，无疑他们向宝洁、向联合利华这些大公司去学习、去借鉴了，并且学到了他们很多先进的地方。但有一点就是，他们比宝洁、比联合利华更了解中国消费者。
So I suspect that one secular trend that's going on is that many Western companies have come over the last 30 years, really since Mr. Deng's movement in the early 80s, have come to China, done fairly well in China, but Chinese companies have developed and have basically learned some of those consumer product skills from those leading global companies.
我们在过去30年当中看到的一个现象，就是从80年代开始，就有很多的国际性的大企业来到中国，在中国市场他们做得很好，但是也在过去的30年里面，中国的企业非常成功的向这些大企业借鉴和学习，他们学到了很多的东西，而现在呢，他们开始迎头赶上。